What's up, everyone? Woo! Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. It is Fun Friday, and we've got a whole squad here today. I'm your host, Simon, here with my co-hosts that are here most days, John, Luke, and Josh. And we've got Tim, our Fun Friday guest, and Jay, the newest member to the Front Yard Fantasy team, joining us today for brackets. How's it going, guys?
What's happening?
I speak for everyone when I say it's going great.
It is. It's a fantastic. I took the day off. I've already got to watch WandaVision. It's a fantastic day so far. So
no spoilers.
No spoilers except Wolverine shows up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
I haven't been cast as Wolverine yet, so that's not confirmed.
It's impossible.
What's up, Z2?
What's up?
He said, I don't know what that means, so I hope that's not something bad I'm putting on there. Does anybody know what that means?
Puka Williams?
Puka shells? What?
Remember
those?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Is it his pro day?
Is that the name for his grandma?
Z2, you might have to educate us on what that means, and hopefully that doesn't get us banned.
I believe it's an old wooden chip used in the Civil War.
He said Kansas Pro Day.
Okay.
I did not know that's what it was called. There we go. Puka will. Oh. There we go.
Appreciate you guys annoying me because I said that, but you just didn't listen. So.
Jay, we need to
and I'm out.
All right, see you, Jay.
Teddy said it as well. Everyone coming in here. We're just behind the ball. Jay, why didn't you tell us sooner? Come on. That was on you.
I'll work on it.
But guys, today for Fun Friday, we are doing two different brackets, and I know we got to get going if we want to get through both of them. Kev says, bird up. The first bracket we are doing today is the running back most likely to make that jump to RB1 next year. As a qualifier, I only did running backs that finished as the RB25 or worse. So they were RB3s or worse this year. And I did not include guys like Joe Mixon, Austin Eckler, whose points per game were like up there in the top 12.
They've already done it. They've been close to running back ones. I think they've been running back ones in the past. I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure they both have.
Now, there are some guys in here that have been an RB1 in the past.
Yeah.
But not ones that were like on pace or on track to do it this year.
There's a different situation this year. Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. This is our very first bracket. I'm going to pull it up here. We can run through the names. We've got Chase Edmonds, James Conner, Leonard Fournette, Damien Harris, Raheem Mostert, Devin Singletary, Myles Gaskin, and Cam Akers.
I like these guys.
So these are all guys. Cam Akers, I was a little bit surprised. I think we're blurred by what happened at the end of the year last year, but he actually averaged just a little over 8 points per game in the games he played because he didn't see much work at the beginning of the year. So that's why he's on this list as well. In case anyone was thinking that stood out. We're going to go in order from top to bottom with this bracket. Swamp says, at work and I cry. Who dat? Z2 calling a prediction. Cam Akers has already won.
Cam Akers is a good pick.
But JL, we're going to start with you. The first matchup is Chase Edmonds versus James Conner. Which one of these players is more likely to take the jump to an RB1 next year? So this is a player that didn't do as well this year, or did, depending on your outlook on them.
I don't love either of these guys. I guess Chase Edmonds.
Real in-depth analysis there, JL.
I think Chase Edmonds as well. James Conner's likely on a new team, but I don't see him being a featured back anywhere. Chase Edmonds of these two is the only one that I think has a real path towards being a feature back next year if Kenyon's not back with the Cardinals. So I'll go Chase Edmonds as well. Josh?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think there's a very good chance, James Conner could get signed by a team and end up being a running back one next year. Not a very good chance. There's a chance. And we're talking about these guys that, aren't really that likely to do so. But we just got the sleeper notification earlier today. I'm trying to find it real fast. What was it? I think Cliff Kingsbury said Chase Edmonds could be our lead back, And
so Z2 just put that in the comments. So we threw that up there.
We got to go with Chase Edmonds here because of that. James Conner is really not even on a team. I don't think the Steelers want him back. So
yeah, I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Okay, I switched the order up a little bit here so that Jay wasn't sitting at the bottom hidden by all the comments. We wanted his pretty face to be seen. We can cover up my ugly mug down there at the bottom. So I went ahead and moved that. So Jay, we're going to go to you next. But before we do that, guys, if you want to watch our past brackets or tiers or any of the other episodes we do that can lead to some interesting arguments, you can find those on our YouTube channel or on our Twitch, Front Yard Fantasy for both. Subscribe, follow. It means a lot to us. And then you guys will never miss another one of our live streams again. But Jay, now we're on to you. We went a little bit out of order, but we're going to go to you on this one.
Yeah, I'm with everybody. I think Chase Edmonds is the easy answer here.
I mean, just having him say that, having Cliff Kingsbury said that, it gives me a lot of confidence. There's
too many question marks with James Conner. We don't know if he's going to be the lead. Even, Chase Edmonds was able to produce even behind Kenyon Drake. So
I think it's probably coach speak, but I think it's still, I'd rather have coach speak than silence. Coach silence.
No coach at all.
No coach.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think? Are you finishing the sweep or giving it over to Connor?
It's an interesting thing. So Chase Edmonds obviously has a solid opportunity there, but James Conner is directly fueled by the amount of times announcers mention the fact that he battled cancer. So the more announcers that do that, the stronger he gets. So he has a very interesting relationship. If he moves into a New York City market, he's going to get super powered. So I'm going to go James Conner just on the flyer, just on this off chance that he gets to a high market like that.
There you go.
Fair. Totally fair.
That's science.
It's science.
4-1. Chase Edmonds takes it, but Tim, I like you giving some credit to what James Conner could be next year. Jay, you're going to go first on this one. We've got Leonard Fournette versus Damien Harris. Which one of these running backs is more likely to make that jump into RB1 territory next year?
I'm going playoff Lenny. He showed, at the end of last year in the playoffs, he can still do it if he's in the right situation. I still refuse to trust any New England running back, although I like Damien Harris. You can't while Bill Belichick's there. If I'm a Patriots fan, I don't mind because he always game plans for whatever's going to work best. But for fantasy, that's a nightmare. So Uncle Lenny for me.
Josh, what about you? Are you in agreement with Jay or are you going the other way?
Yeah, this is it's a tough one, actually. I like Damien Harris. I think there's going to be a running back for the Patriots next year that surprises us and is very good. It could be Sony Michel still. Don't give out hope on the first round pick. I know he's got some knee issues, but
what up, Lance?
Hey, what's up? I'm going with playoff Lenny here as well, though. If he signs within our team, I mean, he could stay with the Bucks and still end up, if they decide to just give him the workload, which they really did in the playoffs. He proved a lot to a lot of people. I think he is going to have a good year next year.
Okay, 2 votes for playoff Lenny. Tim, what about you? Are you going Leonard Fournette or Damien Harris?
So Lenny is not on my fantasy team, so I hope he does poorly next year. Damien Harris is riding my bench, so I'm saying he's going to have a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Tim, I don't know if you were watching earlier in the week. Someone had brought up the possibility of Chris Godwin to Miami. And I was like, Tim is just going to explode if that happens.
I'd be pretty pumped. I mean, I just don't want to spend too much draft capital on it, man. We have so much. I just want us to trade down from 3 after the Jets decide that Sam Darnold's good enough. They pick Panay. We trade down, scalp like a bunch of picks. I'll get into that later.
He's a free agent, so hopefully he doesn't have to spend any draft capital unless they tag him and try and trade him. But
I like what Z2 said about Damien Harris. I mean, I don't expect James White back with the Patriots, and he is the preferred pass catcher there. And we've seen the Patriots like pass catcher running backs.
Yep, 100%. And Z2 kind of hit on the point I was going to hit on. I agree with Jay. I think somebody's going to hit there. And as far as jumping into RB1 territory, or was that Josh? You said somebody's going to hit there. That was Josh. Sorry. Jumping into RB1 territory, I think Damien Harris has the better shot at that. Who has a better shot at having a good season? I think it's Leonard Fournette. There's just a little bit more certainty going on there. But if Damien Harris does take over as the lead back there and absorb some of that pass catching role, I think he's got a real shot at becoming an RB1. Not that it's likely, but I think there's that opportunity, that path forward. So I'm going to go with Damien Harris here, but it is very close for me. JL, you are the tiebreaker. Are you going with Jay and Josh or me and Tim?
I really do.
Who do you like more between us, basically?
Yeah, I know. I knew it immediately.
I dislike both of you, so I like both of these players more than both of you.
Hey.
I'm going to go – this is tough because I actually really do like Damien Harris as a late round pick. I think it's hard. It's going to be much more difficult for him to go to RB1, though, than Lenny. And so I'm going to go Lenny.
Yeah.
Damn.
Imagine Lenny in Seattle or Atlanta. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah. And, Damien, I think he will get more pass catching opportunities, but they haven't given it to him yet. So,
and they've had James White, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they haven't even tried. He had, He had like 5 receptions, and this past year. So they're not even really like trying him out, which makes me think like I'm not going to try and guess what Bill Belichick is going to do next year if James White is not there. Is what I'm saying.
I feel you. I just remember like after Damien Harris was drafted, there was like reports of them being comfortable with his pass catching ability. Like,
I think the upside's there for sure. Like, if they do, that's amazing. I'm super hyped. I just, I'm not like bullish on it.
Well, doesn't matter anyways. Leonard Fournette beats out Damien Harris. Next up, Josh, you were going first on this one. We've got Raheem Mostert versus Devin Singletary, who is more likely to be an RB1 next year.
Yeah, but real fast, Z2 makes a great point. No Cam Newton means more goal line carries, but I don't know if those goal line carries are going to be going to Damien Harris. It might be Sony Michel. Let's see. If Sony Michel gets hurt, Damien Harris getting all the pass catching work for a running back and all the carries, he could very well be a running back one. So,
and they don't bring anyone on.
They probably will. They like their depth at running back, but Damien Harris is very talented. I do believe that.
Patriots are still somehow going to get Trevor Lawrence. I just know it.
Let's get away from the Patriots. I guess we just classified them as an F class team for fantasy purposes yesterday. So,
and Bill Belichick saw that, so he's going to make it happen.
He's very upset.
So to this question, Raheem Mostert to Devin Singletary, who's going to be a running back one next year, more likely. I think the only way Singletary can do this is if Zach Moss gets hurt and they don't bring anyone else in. So Raheem Mostert seems to be the preferred choice for Kyle Shanahan. Whoever Kyle Shanahan gives the ball to is going to do great. He just keeps getting hurt. Raheem Mostert.
Raheem Mostert, as Josh said. Sam, are you going with Raheem
Mustard?
With Colonel Mustard or with Devin Singletary?
I agree with the Zach Moss point, but I would take the Buffalo offense over the Niners. So that's where my heart is going.
They're often sure, but the running game?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There are more opportunities in that Buffalo offense, but as I've said many times before, I'm hands off because not only is there Zach Moss to deal with, I have a feeling they're going to add someone else on top of that who could just even further deplete their value. I agree with everything Josh said, and for those exact reasons, I'm out. I'm in.
Thank you, Mark.
I'm out on Singletary.
I'm out on Singletary.
JL.
This sucks. I want it to be the other way around. I want to pick Devin Singletary, but I know it's not the truth. So I'm going Mostert. I agree with everything you guys said. I think he's the most likely to be RB1 out of these two.
There we go. Raheem Mostert's the winner. Jay, what about you? You going to make it 4-1, or are you going to go with Devin Singletary?
Colonel Mustard with the candlestick in the conservatory.
There we go.
I like how these brackets are just me voting for the wrong person every time.
Yeah. How accurate can Tim be on the opposite?
Connor to Buffalo sounds like an okay fit.
That seems like an easy one here.
It sounds like an okay fit. It does.
I think okay is the perfect way to describe that fit. I think it would be fine. And it would make it a mess for fantasy. I'm not sure I'd want to draft Connor, Singletary, or Moss if Connor went to that team.
Yeah.
So Connor's a weird situation. If it were Connor that signed there, it would be pretty weird. We talked about this, I think, earlier in the week, maybe last week, but Najee Harris possibly going to Buffalo. If they get Najee Harris or Aaron Jones or something like that, I think that running back, that if it's a high class, high caliber running back, like one of those guys, they're going to give him all the workload. So I'm less concerned in that situation.
There's no way Najee makes it to Buffalo. That'd be insane.
Yeah, he's not getting past Pittsburgh if he makes it that far.
No chance.
It's a running back, guys. It's a running back.
Yeah, it is different than fantasy.
Yeah,
running back. I mean,
I guess
I feel like there's last year.
He's going to be
Jonathan Taylor,
top 15.
I agree with Jay though. Like, I don't think Pittsburgh would pass on Najee at the draft position.
At that point, he's the best available.
They might. I'm not saying it's the right decision. I'm saying I don't see it happening.
I don't know.
They'd love to have a featured back, and they don't have one on the roster currently.
If you hear Brennan-like sounds or snoring or anything, my dog Patty just decided to barge in here, so I apologize if you hear some grunts.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Z2 wants to know, does ETN or Javante fall in that category to Buffalo or only Harris?
I think draft capital matters here. If they're a first round pick,
So Dolphins have 2 picks. We're getting a receiver and a running back, hopefully. So 18 is like your benchmark. I don't see any of the top tier running backs going that far. I'd say Javante makes it to Buffalo, but ETN
Just like that,
and
Patty's
Harris.
If ETN or Harris falls in there, I think that
Teddy makes a great point. Sorry.
the only problem with Pittsburgh is that they don't have anyone to block for Najee at the moment.
And also, I
That's true.
want to push back on like they want a lead back. Like I think they do in the sense that like every team does, but they've also been fine just like rolling out depth pieces. Like remember D'Angelo Williams that they were using pretty heavily.
But they used him as a
Benny
lead
Snell,
back. I think I was just referring to the way they operate compared to like the 49ers, who are more comfortable running with a platoon, or the Rams this past year until Cam Akers broke out running with a platoon. The way Pittsburgh offenses have run for the most part is they like to run through one running back. They don't really care who it is as long as they're competent. Like whenever Bell goes out, if D'Angelo Williams steps up or James Conner stepped up, I just think they want that one guy. And this year showed the Snell, the Samuels, the McFarland on their roster can't be the guy for the type of offense that Tomlin likes to run.
I completely agree. I think what Josh said is that they'll probably not spend the draft capital on a guy like, first round, and they might try and get some second round talent or third round talent to be that guy. See if they can get that lead back.
Yeah, I can see that as well. I also could see them drafting Najee in the first round, but I do think they address it in the draft. And second round for a running back. Oh, what is up?
Bruh.
Oh, and it's Pittsburgh.
Patty said she wanted to put on here.
She's like,
Say hello, Patty.
I'm so nervous. I don't
That's
like
a
the
second
camera. Oh man,
She is a freaking superstar.
wrinkles for days.
Okay, we are on to our next matchup. It is Myles Gaskin versus Cam Akers, more likely to be an RB1 next year. Tim,
Do we
you
even
are
have to
first
go
on this
through
one.
everybody, or can we just say Cam?
Well, no, we do. Tim,
So
you're up.
Sorry, I forgot.
I know the answer is Cam Akers. I know that in my heart of hearts. But I have to try and see if I could get a perfect first round. So I got to go Myles Gaskin.
Ooh.
We're
Trey
usually the only
Sermon.
one.
Trey Sermon.
Trey
would be super
Sermon in the
interesting.
third.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be beast.
JL, Gaskin or Akers?
Akers, come on.
Jay,
Akers. You know what?
Josh,
I'm gonna vote Gaskin just to make it interesting.
Josh.
It's Akers.
And I forgot, I skipped myself on accident. I was supposed to go after Tim. It's it's Akers. Akers is he showed at the end of the year that he's an RB1. He just the first 3 quarters of the season he didn't do it. It's Akers.
I love Cam Akers next year.
Easy. Oh yeah.
And Myles Gaskin, I think there's a good chance he gets replaced. But the Dolphins are probably going to have a running back 1 next year, or close to it.
If I have Gaskin anywhere, I am trading him for anything I can get because they're going to get another back.
I'm not like full steam ahead on Akers. I feel like everyone else is. I think there is still cause for concern. Like I don't know that we know for certain that they're going to use him in that way, but I'm still bullish on him. And obviously between those two, Akers is more likely to be an RB1.
Akers is doing the Dalvin Cook route. Have a okay but sparks of brilliance first year, and then second year like, oh wow, I forgot how good he is, and that's what Akers is going to do.
Jay, Josh loves your dog. It says awesome
She
dog.
just decided she's going to bust in here again too.
Little Patty.
And Lance says, Jay, what player jersey is that?
Mike Williams. Powder blue, baby.
He's got his Mike Williams jersey on. Did you just make a vomit noise?
I said Mike Williams.
You okay? You need to go to the bathroom or something?
Yeah, pull Lamar real fast.
I am up first on this one. It is Chase Edmonds versus Leonard Fournette. More likely player to make the jump to RB1 next year. I mean, you guys hit some good points on the last one with Leonard Fournette. I know I voted against him in that matchup, but if he lands on both of these players have to have something happen. Leonard Fournette needs to land on a team where he could excel in, like Seattle or Atlanta. Chase Edmonds needs Kenyon Drake not to be a part of the offensive plan next year. Which one's more likely to happen? I don't know. I know I voted against Leonard Fournette. I know I voted against Leonard Fournette in the last round. But imagining him on Atlanta, I think that visual might have might have changed my mind.
You're
and I'm
welcome.
going to vote for Leonard Fournette here. JL?
I'm gonna go.
Tough one.
I'm gonna go Lenny.
Oh, we're off to a hot start. 2-0 for Lenny. Jay, what about you?
I'm going Lenny as well. Even though he doesn't have a team, even if Chase Edmonds is the guy next year, I think playoff Lenny is here to stay. I think he's like you said, Atlanta, Seattle, Miami. Yeah, just you put him on one of those teams that want that guy, that one back to do it all. What about Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh? I was just about to say we were just talking about that.
So you give him the touches, he can do it. So.
Oh, well, Leonard Fournette's already beaten Chase Edmonds, but Josh, are you going Lenny or are you giving a vote to Chase
I'm
here?
kind of happy this is already decided. This is really close. This is the closest one yet, in my opinion. I'm going to go Chase Edmonds here, actually. I think I like Leonard. I like Leonard Fournette's talent more. I think he's more talented, better suited to be a running back one. But I don't know. I don't want to underestimate what Cliff Kingsbury said here. He still has Kenyon Drake on the team, and he came out and said that with him on the team. I don't know. It means something. It means a little bit more than Coach B in my mind, but it could be Coach B.
Could just be trying to get a better deal for Kenyon Drake. So.
Exactly. It could be. It could be. But
Tim?
it hurts their relationship, right?
Oh, everyone okay?
Yeah. I'm taking Fournette here. I don't like him in Atlanta. Remember when Todd Gurley was like the best back in the NFL, and then he went to Atlanta and he just disappeared off the face of the earth?
Do you remember
Don't send him to Atlanta, please don't. It's
I
just
think that's more
he's gonna
because
die.
his knees are like completely
Meatball
disintegrated.
Yeah, but I get that
He was
kind of drop
relevant.
off is steep.
He was relevant the first half of the season.
Because he kept falling into the end zone.
Yeah.
But I mentioned, I could see, remember Michael Turner left San Diego at the time and then went to Atlanta
Behind
and just went
LT.
off. Yeah, I could see, a similar situation. Leonard Fournette's still in the prime of his career. You put him in an offense like that, man, he could go
It's
nuts.
the 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. This guy's got a lot of talent. I remember him in college, and everyone was like, "This is the best running back we've seen." Blah, 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 blah.
After his
What was
first
that, Josh?
year, remember?
Yeah, could you quote that one more time? What was
Yeah.
This is the first running back we've seen. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said. I'm not familiar with that advanced analytic. We'll have to have you release an article about it. But
I will. I could get into it. I can.
Leonard Fournette has won this one 4-1. Josh in the audience Josh says if Fournette goes to ATL with Art Smith, I would switch my vote to him over Akers.
Me too.
That's how hyped he is. So
There's a couple other spots too where I.
This is Jeff, and then Josh is in the audience.
Exactly. Whoever, if I make a bad call, I'm Jeff. If I make a good call, I'm Josh, my actual name. So yeah, it works.
But Jeff's your real name.
Josh.
Positive reinforcement.
Apparently, I don't know.
JL, we're back to you on this one. Raheem Mostert versus Cam Akers. Which one of these players is more likely to be an RB1 next year? Speaking of Jeff, he's like Beetlejuice.
Jeff.
You say his Neff his Neff.
Say his
Neff.
Neff.
If you say his Neff, three.
If you say
Neffs.
his name 3 times, then Jeff shows up in the audience. And then he says
Jeff shows up to Neff you.
Jeff Neff in the audience. If you say his Neff Jeff 3 times, then Jeff will show up. But JL, Raheem Mostert or Cam Akers, who's more likely to be an RB1 next year?
Still Cam Akers. I pity voted for, as Jeff said, Raheem Mostert last round. So I'm going to go Akers again.
Which Jeff are we talking about, though? Because there's like
Jeff
16
and
Jeffs.
Jeff up here.
Okay. So Josh.
I don't know. It gets confusing to me
Joff.
too.
Joffrey? Maybe we just call him Joffrey from now on.
Oh god,
Joffrey.
That is a mixture
I
of
don't-
Jeff and Josh, isn't it?
I don't hate him that much though.
Let's just
Yeah.
call him Joff. For sure.
Joff.
Okay.
Joff.
Yo, Joff.
Or
Hey,
Jeff.
Joff.
I don't
Jeff.
know.
Josh.
Jesh is better. What's up, Jesh? Okay.
Jeff.
Jay, Raheem Mostert or Cam Akers, and Jesh is up next.
Jeff.
You're right in my Jeff.
Jeff said someday I'll come on if JL will let me. Yeah, he's the
Anytime.
What's
gatekeeper.
on here?
Anytime.
I don't know.
I've
that
been-
I don't know, but the Fields for over Lawrence thing might keep
Yeah,
him
we might have
off.
Well, I
to
was
wait
gonna
in-
say we
have
were
to
gonna
wait
have.
until that's decided.
Wait,
You're gonna
Jeff's
come
the
on for
Fields over
brackets.
Lawrence guy?
Yep, you're gonna come on for brackets, and we're gonna do a best
crazy.
rookie quarterback bracket, and it's only gonna be
That
2
would actually-
options,
That's a really
and we'll just get a really large panel, and we'll vote.
You know what? I'll save us all time. This is what Jeff's going to say. Do you even know what ADOT is? Have you ever heard of wide receiver route options? God, what are you, freaking idiot?
You guys have to have
Jeff is
Jeff
here.
on Monday because I got to see this.
We've got
there are a lot of advanced analytics that do point to Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence.
And
Yeah,
they're
but
wrong.
his ribs are all snapped still. Like they're so broken. He's scrambled eggs, man.
Jeff says option routes. Okay, Jay. We sidetracked for Fields Lawrence. We'll have to wait. We don't want to spoil too much of the conversation once Jeff comes on. But Raheem Mostert to Cam Akers, who's more likely to be an RB1?
Patty says Cam Akers, so I'm going with Patty says.
You got to listen to Patty. Josh.
Josh, I thought.
It's Cam
Yes.
Akers. It's Cam Akers. I don't want to get too cute. I like Raheem Mostert next year if he can stay healthy.
Yeah. Timothy.
My name is Jeff.
Tim Minshew. Tim Chaos.
Watch out for Jeff Wilson.
My favorite part about Cam Akers is that he's also on my bench. It's so beautiful.
The fact that
gonna
he's
be
on your
amazing.
bench is actually awesome. That means
Yeah,
you got some
yeah.
good running back depth.
Oh yeah, like Dalvin Cook and Aaron Jones and
Oh, that's it?
and
That's it?
Akers
Oh.
and AJ Dillon. So
Oh,
yeah,
how's
y'all
bragging
can't
camp going?
y'all can't
This is-
draft.
this
It's
is
not
a-
my fault.
This is a 6-man league, right?
Tim
Okay.
is like the most difficult person to play fantasy with. I found it's just he makes these moves that just you're like, what is he doing? And then all of a sudden, it's like a genius at work.
Yeah.
It all
you'll,
pans out.
you'll watch him be
Idiot
like,
savant, maybe?
and then like a year later, you look at his roster and you're like, when the
Listen
hell
up.
did that happen?
Yeah,
Listen up. Have you seen the what's it called? The league. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, am I Taco?
Yeah, you're Taco. You're Taco.
Let's
Taco.
go.
That checks out.
Except Tim cares more than Taco. Tim's a little more
That's
invested.
true.
Does
That's
he?
true.
He's Taco's level of chaos, but whenever it comes to like
Does he
setting his
now?
lineup and all of that stuff, like Tim's on top of it. But he's got the Taco chaos energy for sure.
Mhm.
Do you guys hear Patty snoring? Because she's literally like blowing my ear out.
Can't hear it.
Good.
Z2.
Let me know if she gets too loud.
No, you're good. Z2 said Jeff Wilson is a vulture for Mostert. I completely agree.
I
if it was a little more-
disagree slightly.
You disagree?
A little bit. I think it's when Mostert is not healthy, Jeff Wilson comes in and gets all the work. So I don't know.
What do you have against guys named Jeff?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I understand where he's going to get work. Jeff Wilson's going to get work. I don't know. I think if Mostert's healthy, he'll have a freaking awesome year.
Well, he just got swept by Cam Akers 5-0.
He deserves that.
He did not stand up as well as even Myles Gaskin did. Myles Gaskin got 2 votes. Cam Akers beat Raheem Mostert 5-0. We're on to our final round. Leonard Fournette, the 5 seed, versus Cam Akers, the 2 seed. Who is more likely to be an RB1 next year to make that jump into RB1 territory?
This is
Who went first
exactly
in the
what I
last?
would have picked. Like if you were to ask me who's going to be in the finals, it probably would have been these two.
I probably would have, I don't know. At the beginning, I probably would have said Chase Edmonds and Cam Akers, but you guys convinced me for some Lenny halfway through. I was easily swayed. Jeff says he still doesn't understand if it's Jeff or Josh.
No
Yeah.
one
Either,
does.
man.
No one
Me
The
does.
either.
answer
Exactly.
is yes. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Who-
Yeah. Call me what you want, bro, and I'll respond.
Oh,
I think Jail went first on the last. That's disgusting. Jay, you're up first on this one. Leonard Fournette or Cam Akers, who's more likely to be an RB1 next year?
this is very difficult. I will go with not Leonard Fournette, Cam Akers, because we know the team that he's on. If we knew the team that Leonard Fournette was on, it'd be a different story. It'd be, Seattle, Atlanta, like I've said a few times, then it'd be a much tougher decision. But I'm going to lean Cam Akers simply because we know where he is at.
Yeah. Ditto,
Josh?
G-Man. Ditto, J. Ditto, G-Man J.
Ditto, JG.
Are you
Gentlemen,
okay? Are you all right? Josh?
I don't know. I am not sure. I ask myself that all the time, and I still don't have an answer. Anyway, yeah, Cam Akers is the answer here because we know what team he's on. If we see Leonard Fournette go to one of these other teams, maybe, probably not, but maybe.
Tim, Fournette or Akers?
I don't think it's even just the fact that we know what team he's on. We know that his team is going to have so many opportunities to score. I mean, that's a stacked offense now. You have a quarterback you can believe in, lots of wide receivers, a solid tight end. And now you give this guy, he's going to have so many options in the red zone. He's going to feast. Cam
So
Akers.
much more room for activities.
So much
Well,
more.
So much
for activities.
We've decided our winner already. I'm going to second what you guys said. Cam Akers, JL.
I'm gonna fifth what you guys said.
Sweep.
A blowout in the championship. Cam Akers almost lost in the first round.
Who could have foreseen it?
This feels the most science-based, actually, bracket I think we've ever
This
done.
is the
Nice
first
one,
bracket
JL.
I've ever watched or been a part of that I didn't want
I
to
got
throw
you.
something at the screen. So
Yeah, that's always nice. That's always nice to have, right?
Z2 said before it started, Cam Akers has already won.
I know.
I
Don't
could have seen.
get comfortable yet.
Josh said, vote again with the idea that Fournette signs a 2-year, $12 million deal with Atlanta. Does that change anyone's vote? I think I'm still going Akers, but it's a lot closer.
Yeah, it doesn't change the vote. But
I changed my
that's
mind.
for me. I changed,
Josh-
I changed my mind.
Josh and Jay both changed to Fournette.
If he's in Atlanta, I would go Lenny.
Wow.
I don't like it. I just don't trust the Falcons. I swear, like they're either gonna get up too far or down too far, and then it's gonna be Ridley and Jones all day. Like,
I don't think
I
that
don't like
matters
it.
I think Leonard Fournette's proven to be a pass catcher. He's proven that even when they're down, he can be utilized. He's a great goal line back. He's a big guy. If he can stay healthy, I think that's the biggest question.
I
Really.
mean, Brian Hill of all people was able to put up some big weeks. So you put a guy like Fournette back there.
I get flashbacks of Devontae Freeman, Todd Gurley when he was healthy. Again, it's the healthy aspect, right? The Falcons,
Gurley was
they
cooked
like to use
before he came there.
one running back. Yeah, he was.
Well, it
Atlanta's
would have
cursed.
changed the vote, but not the outcome. Cam Akers still would have won 3-2 with Josh and Jay switching over to the Fournette side. If he does sign with Atlanta.
Gurley's from like 20 minutes down the road from me. Like 2 years, like the year, what was it, 2017 that he went off in that playoff stretch? He literally like a month later, he went to the cookout that's like 10 minutes from me and just bought everybody in line, bought all their food. And we just hanging out talking.
Man.
Nice. So he spent like $30. That's pretty cool.
He probably needs that money now.
That was a good one, Tim. Pretty good. Guys, our next bracket, we have the best Cartoon Network cartoon bracket going on right now. I know some of you might be upset at some things that aren't on there, but we made some calls. If it was too modern, it didn't make the
How is
list.
Pokemon on this list. That's not
JL put it on there. I thought maybe it
You
shouldn't count,
agree?
Network.
but it was syndicated on Cartoon Network originally in the US
Okay, I did not know that.
before switching to WB Kids and then to Disney XD. It's original
It's an
syndication.
XD.
W.
I
What'd you
watched
say?
some Pokemon on Cartoon Network, guys.
So
Just saying.
that's
I did too. Growing up,
that's why
I
it's
loved
on
it.
here.
Yeah.
But this is the best Cartoon Network cartoon. Some of the names are too long, so whenever I click on them, you're going to see it just randomly shuts off.
Oh wow, I forgot about that one.
But there's some good ones on here. We did Nickelodeon last week, and the winner of Nickelodeon was the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah.
Terrible,
You're
terrible
right.
decision. Terrible.
Well, it's not my fault.
Avatar should have won. Tim, let's not
No,
get
It
into
should have
that.
at least made
Tim,
it past the
Tim,
first
Tim,
round.
Tim,
Who
deep
licked
breath.
beat by again?
Deep
Danny
breaths, Tim.
Phantom.
Danny
Deep
Phantom.
breaths. We're gonna get through
God
this,
damn
all
it.
right?
Start this one. Start
I
this
feel
one.
really old
Honestly,
because
Tim,
oh
I
my
don't know
God.
half of these cartoons. So
Well, some of these are most of these
Cow
are
and
older
chicken.
ones.
Star Wars: The
Wow.
Clone
Cow
Wars
and
is
chicken
a,
is a good.
that is a
is a
fantastic.
Cartoon Network.
We are starting with the first one. We've got Courage the Cowardly Dog versus My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Who
Is that a real show, by the way?
It is a real
It
show.
is.
Jay, you have the first vote in this one, I believe. No, Josh.
Ron
does.
Burgundy?
Josh has
Yeah,
the 1st
I'm up.
vote.
Church.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen My Gym Partner's a Monkey, but it probably doesn't matter. Courage.
Tim.
Yeah, Courage.
Yeah, Courage is incredible, and then My Gym Partner's a Monkey was just stupid.
So why did you
JL
just vote for it?
Oh, I didn't mean to. Oops.
Insulted why you vote for it.
I was just trying to distract from the fact that I like it more.
I'm
Oh,
going
Do you
with.
think JL's vote?
Z-
No, I'm
this
going
is
with Miriam.
You're going with Miriam. 4-0. Yeah. Z2's mad that Jimmy Neutron lost to Fairly Odd Parents last week. Jay, are you wrapping up the sweep or going with My Gym Partner's a Monkey?
I'm going with My Gym Partner as a monkey. We can't have a sweep here. That's too early.
Okay, 4
Fair
to
enough.
1.
I like it.
That's fair.
I
like the energy.
Tim, you're up first.
Ooh.
This is
Powerpuff
Johnny
Girls.
Bravo
Powerpuff Girls.
versus
man.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff
Mojo
Girls.
Jojo. Yeah,
Mojo
all day.
I also have to go with Powerpuff Girls. The villains
It's
were
so good.
hilarious.
This is a strong 8 seed.
like him.
You see,
was-
they're rebooting it. They're doing a new one, a live action.
I just can't imagine it's going to be like the old one was kind of like racy in some parts too.
Well,
It was
it's going to be them older and like they're upset that they had to waste their childhood being superheroes.
If it's
And
not
then-
like
don't wanna
vulgar,
have to watch
it's going to be
it.
really bad. You know,
Oh,
what I'm
it's
saying?
like a
They don't,
drama?
make it like rated at like R or something.
Oh,
you know?
like
No.
And I doubt they will. So
I'm going with
What do you
Powerpuff Girls for him, the villain from Powerpuff Girls, the devil that dressed as a lady. Like that was just such a cool villain. Like it was awesome. JL
Powerpuff Girls.
3-0 for Powerpuff Girls. Jay,
Powerpuff Girls, easy.
oh man, Josh.
Johnny Bravo for me.
Really?
I watch
That-
both these shows.
checks out.
I haven't seen either one in like 10 years. All right. So, but I remember Johnny Bravo sticks out a little bit more.
You seem like a Johnny Bravo kind of guy.
Yeah.
I am
ne-
Johnny Bravo.
next up, we've got Codename Kids Next Door versus Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh,
This one's easy for me. I'm going
Got it.
Codename Kids Next Door. I freaking loved that show. It was so funny. JL,
Yeah, I'm going KND too.
What
Jay,
was that? Was that English?
KND.
Kids
Oh, is that
Next
what-
Door.
Is that what the cool kids call it? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
apparently.
You got to be kidding me. Clone Wars is one of the best things that any Star Wars fan, whatever. Patty's like licking my leg right now, so I can't think straight.
She's like, stop.
yeah.
Stop what you're saying.
Star Wars.
Who?
I
Josh?
watched both of these shows.
Ooh.
Like a lot.
Josh's
And-
statement after every matchup. I've watched both of these. but I'm gonna
No,
pick one.
well, the first one, I actually said I've never seen that monkey show.
I'm still convinced it's not a real show.
This is a tough one though. But Star Wars is better.
Woo! The 12-5s upset. Let's go. The Clone Wars is really, really,
Oh
really
my
good.
God.
It's really, 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 really good. Kid
So
Next Door is great
stupid.
too. They had a game on addictinggames.com. If you haven't played it in a while,
I
go
love
back and play it.
I played that
Mhm.
game all the time.
Oh yeah, but I'm telling you, the Clone Wars is just really just a great show. Surprising, it's yeah,
Tim, I
it's-
feel like we need to be on more because we have more reasonable takes a lot more often than the rest of these guys.
Did we just knock out Codename Kids Next Door in the first round?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Damn right we did.
It's such
Yeah.
a stupid show.
Hey,
Yeah,
wanna
clothing
hear it.
are pretty stupid. You're right, JL. Good call.
If
No,
we weren't up,
Front Yard Fantasy, stupid show.
Dan says, "Thank God the atrocity,
That's
the
Atrocity.
the atrocity was
Your
avoided."
English is an atrocity.
See, like the people know what's up. Clone Wars is almost like the avatar of this bracket. You guys are about to get like destroyed.
don't say that. Don't say that.
Almost.
It's
Guys-
redemption for me, but
This one is worse than the one before it in my mind. JL, you're up first. This is Samurai Jack versus the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. No matter what,
What?
the Grim Adventures of Bai. It's supposed to be Billy and Mandy. We just don't have enough characters.
Oh,
So this one
very different show.
This one hurts my feelings no matter what the result is. Literally, no matter what happens, I'm upset. JL, go ahead and cast your vote. I'm mad at you no matter which one you vote
I
for.
kind of remember the Grim Adventures, but
I was never a big Samurai Jack fan, but I was a big Billy and Mandy fan, so I'm going with that.
Billy and Mandy, you idiot.
Gosh, come on.
But I might also vote for it.
Also, a great vote.
Jay, are you going
Um,
Samurai Jack or Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
I'm going with Samurai Jack because I don't think I ever watched the Grim Adventures. So
Okay.
you guys are
1-1.
younger than me, so you're in that later generation of cartoon networks.
Yeah, you watch like the Jetsons and like
Hey,
Stuff
I'm not
before
that
TV.
old. to Watch.
You watched the original Tom
We
and
went
Jerry.
outside in my day and we walked
The
uphill
Flintstone,
both
yeah,
days.
Flintstone, I don't know if that was said. I saw Scooby Doo in here. That's a really freaking old show, older than like all those shows.
Well, there was like a Scooby Doo that was released in 2002 or
They
something
just
like
redid
that.
it.
So we
I think I think the original Scooby Doo was like in the 50s.
Teddy says, "Okay, done with real work. This is what I'm here for. Too many weeks sitting by and seeing absurd takes. Samurai Jack
Yes.
for the win.
Is
Jason,
it bring the
Mr.
hate?
Samurai.
Bring the
Oh.
hate, Teddy. We feed off
Tim,
it.
No,
This is so
it is
hard.
Josh's vote, right? It's 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Samurai Jack. I saw some Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I didn't really ever get into it, but I love Samurai
God.
Jack. Actually, I loved it. It's one of my favorite shows on this whole list. So
Me too.
absolutely
Okay,
Samurai Jack.
2-1. Samurai Jack.
And
Tim?
whitewashing samurai.
I'm so happy this was a 1-1 split before it got to Josh, because that means it doesn's matter what I say. I'm voting Grim Adventures. Have fun, Simon.
I knew 100% your reasoning before you said it. Before you even said it, I was like, Tim's going to vote Grim Adventures for the sole reason of making me have to decide this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The crowd wants Samurai Jack, it looks like. I'm just trying to think.
Dan, are you a panderer, or do you think for yourself?
Enjoy more as a child? When I was growing up, what did I watch?
Still our child.
Are you a sheep, or are you the shepherd?
Are you one of those spider robots that Samurai Jack had to use the spirit of the samurai?
Jail, I don't appreciate you trying to manipulate me. It makes me want to vote against you.
Don't listen to that.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it anyway.
No.
JO.
The show that I watched more growing up was The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I have to vote for that. But man, does it hurt not to get Samurai Jack out.
It's all right.
Oh,
they're losing.
Reverse psychology.
This is the best. This is the best.
No, that was not good.
Dan says, I know the correct takes, Mr. New Girl. The next one we have up is Ed, and Eddy versus Camp Laszlo.
Is it me? Or
I went last on that one.
It's Jay.
So it's Jay.
It's
Turned
Ed,
off.
and Eddy, and it's not even close. That show was absolutely hilarious. One of my favorites.
Josh.
It's Ed, and Eddy for me, bro.
Triple E at the 3 seed. Move them on.
I'm also voting Ed, and Eddy.
Those jawbreakers were something else.
Yeah. They were this big. Like literally.
Massive tumors. Ed, and Eddy.
Ed, and Eddy. 5-0. Ed, and Eddy. Sorry, Camp Laszlo. Glenn wants us to pay respects to his friend who passed away from alcoholism this past week. Says he loves the show. Absolutely. Our deepest condolences with you, man. Stay strong. It's always tough to lose someone.
My thoughts are with you guys. Seriously.
If they've got a favorite Cartoon Network show, let us know. I don't know if they do, or if you know. The next matchup, we've got Ben 10, Alien Force, and Foster's Home for Imagina.
Imagina.
Imaginary Friends. The person voting first on this one is
Imagina.
Josh, right? Or is it?
Like I had to say that.
Oh yeah, it's me. It's actually Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends for me.
Tim?
Give me Ben 10.
Ben 10 for Tim. I'm going Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Some of those guys just cracked me up. The little yellow guy, I think his name was Lemon Pepper, and he just ran around and screamed. He was my favorite. Jail?
I didn't watch Ben 10. That was my nephews and nieces really liked Ben 10. Not me. Foster's.
Yeah, me either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad it didn't come to me because I literally have not watched either of these shows. So I was going to say whoever the first one to say something in the chat would win. But
Ben 10.
Z2 said if you didn't want a Ben 10 watch growing up, you were lying. There you go. So Jay's vote goes to Ben 10, but it doesn't matter. Foster's Home moves on to the next round. We've got a good matchup here now. It is Dexter's Laboratory versus Pokemon. Tim, you've got the first vote.
So this one's actually pretty easy for me. I'm not including the Pokemon movie in my analysis. Okay, Pokemon movie would tip the scales to Pokemon, but Dexter's Laboratory on Cartoon Network was divine.
Laboratory.
Give me Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory has one vote. I love Pokemon more than most things. Like I've been playing since I was 5, like nonstop. It's the only hobby I've probably continued since I was 5 years old. I don't think there's anything else that fits that
category. You stayed at 5, you didn't go a little bit older. You know?
Most of my other hobbies evolved. But I think I watched more Dexter's Lab as a kid than I did like the Pokemon show. I have to vote for Dexter's Lab, but that hurts.
I played Madden when I was 5, I think.
Did you?
Yeah.
Checks out. The games changed this whole story, but the show, I think I watched more Dexter. JL?
Hold on. Jordan said turned off, and then his next comment.
Yeah, I saw that when you saw him out.
Which one is it? Did you turn it off?
Yeah.
I'm betting while I'm in the chat.
Maria loves to make fun of me because I always say that Pokemon saved my life because I was in the hospital when I was 5 for like many weeks, and Pokemon got me through it. So it's all Pokemon.
Watching it?
Yeah, watching it and playing it.
Fair enough. I like
and watching people play it. Jay, Pokemon or Dexter's Lab?
I love both of these shows. This is really tough, but like you said, Simon, I think back and I watched a lot of Pokemon. Like I would come home from school, get ready, and watch Pokemon. And the Poke Rap was fantastic. So I think the Poke Rap at the end of the show is just push it over the edge.
Oh my God, the Poke Rap! I completely.
Thank you,
forgot.
Jay.
So
You just redeemed everything.
And Pokemon helped save JL's life. So that
There you go. Josh, don't you dare ruin this friendship.
Josh.
He is. You can tell by his face.
Yeah. Guys, toughest one yet, for sure.
Listen
But
up.
the answer is Dexter's Laboratory.
I'm out.
Freaking
See you guys
idiot.
later.
It's
Thanks
a
for
better
having me
show.
on.
It's a better show. It's a better show.
Pokemon was taken out in the first round.
Stupid game.
I thought
Simon,
Bruce
you're a
would win the
stupid
whole
blood
thing.
trader.
Sorry.
Now, I feel like we've got one of Jail's other favorite shows here,
this is a
sitting as
tricky
a
one.
2 seed.
Cow and chicken.
JL, who's going for? I'm going first, right?
You tell us, Mr. Host.
Yep, I am going first. Tyler said it's easily Pokemon, and I'm always
Thank
right,
you.
so don't
Thank
make me
you.
mad. Well,
I'm already mad. You guys are so
but he
good at
said
making me mad.
there's always a vote that invalidates this whole show. We just found it with
Thank
Pokemon.
you. Thank you.
Dexter's Lab. Have you guys seen Dexter's
All
Lab?
this hate on
Yes.
Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's
I
Lab
love
is not
Dexter's
that
Lab.
good.
It's great.
It's fine. It's
Laboratory,
fine.
first of all, all right?
Pokemon, the show is fine too.
Pokemon is
Really?
next level.
Jay Fuse
Yeah,
says in this one, he thinks it's Scoobert should win.
Yeah. Listen, anyone watching, just do yourself a favor. Click the X button on the top of your browser. Just shut the whole thing down. Don't even bother about coming back.
Tyler said I'm
Unsubscribe.
turning
We're
the
done.
show off. Tyler's done.
It would really help your.
And yes,
mental-
I've fucking seen it. It's boring. He's going
It's
straight
freaking
on
Megalo-
Dexter's Lab.
Tyler chose violence.
Egomaniac.
All right, fine.
Z2 wants to know, Jail, did you get Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Switch?
Yeah. I got Sword. I think Simon got Shield.
I
so
got
we can
Shield,
trade.
yeah. Yep. Okay, we
You know
got to
what,
get going.
Dexter's Lab, I got to make a point.
Oh my
Dexter's
god.
parents would. I'm on your side. so
Oh
don't
yeah.
do that,
Sorry.
okay?
Sorry. I'm feeling feisty.
Dexter's parents would have seen the electric bill and known that there was a lab underneath the house. Okay,
Doesn't make any
It's
sense.
unrealistic.
He made his own electric source of power.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah, he was a genius. He could do whatever
He's a
he freaking
genius.
wanted. You know, like, yeah.
Freaking
Get
egomaniac
that take out of here.
little child.
Guys, I know this is getting heated, but we gotta move on. We got
Pokemon
11
traders.
minutes to determine a champion. We've got Cow and Chicken versus Scooby Doo. I've got the first vote. I know Scooby Doo's a behemoth, but I watched a hell of a lot more Cow and Chicken when I was a kid. It's Cow
Oh
and
my
Chicken.
god, why are you're so dumb today?
I'm just going by what I liked more as a
Stop
kid.
saying stupid things. I'm going Scooby Doo.
I'm with Simon on this one. Cow and Chicken was hilarious. I know Scooby Doo is like the classic, but Cow and Chicken was hilarious.
Okay, Josh, Cow and Chicken or Scooby Doo?
JL's head is about to explode with this vote, I think.
Jay says Simon's needs to be kicked from this show. Lose
That is
power
actually
again.
Dan. That's
Simon.
What did I say? Did I say I said that?
You are
Oh.
definitely in the midst of having a stroke, which explains this whole episode.
And Tyler wants to say one thing. If he was really, really inebriated and about to lose his touch with reality, he could almost enjoy one episode of Dexter's Lab. So he's giving us some credit.
Even
for
Patty's
supporting.
pissed off now. for that vote.
There's an environment.
Jay, if you has never heard of Cow and Chicken, Josh, are you going with your brothers or are you?
Listen up, man. Scooby Doo. I was born raised on Scooby Doo.
Born raised on
Born raised.
Born
Like,
raised.
that's what we said back in the day. Actually, born
Hey.
raised. We do. I
Oh,
love
this is what I live for. Yes, go. Okay, so Scooby Doo, you got your Scooby snacks. Pretty good, right? But Cow and Chicken literally eat butts. They eat butts. That's what they do. That's their food, and that's a whole point in a lot of the show. I'm going Cow and Chicken. Easy.
Oh my god. I hate my friends.
Okay, see you, Scooby Doo.
And sorry
Scooby
for
Doo.
yelling. I meant to mute before I yelled at Patty, so sorry about that.
You're good. We've got Cow and Chicken advancing over Scooby Doo into the next round. We are on to round 2. We've got Courage the Cowardly Dog versus the Powerpuff Girls. JL, you are going first on this
I
one
don't care.
because we knocked out your 2 favorite shows.
Courage. Just do courage. God.
Oh, Scooby-Doo was yours too, I'm just as disappointed about Scooby-Doo losing. I really am. I think it's probably my favorite show.
Eddie wants to say Tim prefaced this butt speech with "I live for this."
Every speech Tim gives is a butt speech.
Okay, Jay, are you going courage?
No. Don't skip over this. How did Cow and Chicken get further than Pokemon Scooby-Doo? The world may never know, Dan. It's because my co-hosts are idiots.
I agree with the Pokemon take.
Scooby-Doo's also a boring show. Let's be honest. It's boring.
No.
Truly boring.
No.
Joe, you're all for creativity, yet you hate the show about a talking cow and chicken that eat butts.
I never said I hate the show, but it doesn't compare.
Okay, well, science has proven otherwise. Jay, Courage the Cowardly Dog or the Powerpuff Girls?
I always thought Courage was way overrated, so I'm easily going with the Powerpuff Girls.
Okay,
You're
Josh?
wrong.
It's Courage for me, hands down. Not hands down. I like Powerpuff Girls. Don't get me wrong, but Courage.
Tim?
This one's insanely tough, only because I know if I vote Powerpuff Girls, I think it's going to win, and I don't want to do Courage dirty, but I also want the pressure on Simon, so Powerpuff Girls.
We went Powerpuff Girls, and Tim, your assessment is correct. I loved the villains in Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls move on. I do love Courage the Cowardly Dog, but man, did I love the Powerpuff Girls growing up. And the villains were just incredible. Like best villains on a cartoon show.
I just got to say, JL's face right now has made coming on this show completely worth it for the day. Like,
yeah.
I love this.
I think he's only going to get more upset. If
somebody take a screenshot, please.
It's too late. I can't get more upset because all of the best shows have been voted off. So now we're just voting on stupid shows.
I know you don't like Star Wars, but
Jay, you're up first in this one. It is Star Wars: The Clone Wars versus the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I know your vote.
Yeah, you do. It's Clone Wars, and it's not close.
Alex's Courage is fucking terrifying.
it is.
But
That's why
Powerpuff Girls has villains, so
does Courage, kind of.
So Scooby-Doo's whole premise is that. Get your head out of your butt. That the cow and chicken are about to eat.
See, back to the butts. Damn, Teddy called
always
it.
at the butt
All about
speech.
the butts.
What can I say?
Okay, Josh, Star Wars: The Clone Wars or the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Star Wars: The Clone Wars is just a great show. So,
Tim, are you giving the early victory to Star Wars or are you voting for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
No, just for the sole purpose that I don't want to give the early victory. I love both shows. I'll give it to Grim Adventures. Just because
go for what you like eventually.
I know I don't. You don't have to don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, but then Star Wars mimight lose. You got to go for Star Wars.
Star Wars is going to lose now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the gods decided. It's not up to me.
All right, fair enough.
Tyler says, I love Grim. He reminds me of me on a bad day.
And Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy had such a good Cartoon Network game. You had to like slice pumpkins and stuff. It's great. So yeah.
I didn't really watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, so that's on me.
It's by far the best show on this whole list.
I'm going the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. JL smirking like he gets some retribution here or something.
Lock it in. Grim Adventures of Bye, baby. Bye-bye, Clone Wars. We don't need you. See ya.
Star Wars Clone Wars has now been eliminated from the bracket.
How's that feel,
By the
Jeff
way,
and Jay?
Star Wars
How's that
Clone
feel?
Wars is better than any Star Wars movie, by the way.
Oh, it is.
It is.
That is
It's
so
true.
wrong. That is so wrong.
Truly, it's
Have you
really,
watched
really
it?
good.
It's not
Yeah.
better than my butt.
That's a good point, Joe.
That's true.
Tim, I thought for sure Star Wars was going to win that one, that the three of you were going to drive Star Wars all the way to like
That's
a
what should have
championship.
happened, but it's Tim Chaos. What do you expect? So.
Yeah.
I
Tim,
don't know.
For the rest of the show, I'm voting for the opposite of whatever JL votes for. So.
That's fine.
Wait, who's up
Very
on this
small.
one? I think it's me, right?
yeah, you're up first, Josh. Ed and Eddy
Alright, cool,
or
cool.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
It's Edden and Eddy for me. And I
What was
voted
that?
for both of these last time. Edden and Eddy.
Swamp Dan said, you know what else is eliminated? Your viewership. And Swamp said, wow, I came back from Star Wars being eliminated.
Swamp,
I'm gonna leave.
I should have said something. I was like, if Swamp was here right now, he would hate you guys. I knew he would support us.
Oh, he's never gonna know who voted for it. So
Kev says Ed. Tim,
Rewind.
Ed and Eddy or Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
I'm gonna do Ed and Eddy, man. It's a classic. I love Foster's, but Triple E.
Yeah, I love Foster's, and part of me wants to vote for it, but Ed and Eddy, I watched.
Do you know
more as a kid.
Foster's is Australian for beer?
Huh, that's an interesting fact.
Great.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Beer's Home for Imaginary Friends.
The more you know.
JL, are you going Ed and Eddy or Foster's?
Doesn't matter. Ed and Eddy.
And Jay?
I would say Ed and Eddy, but JL voted for that, so I'm going Foster's.
There we go. 4-1.
There we go.
You're on the losing side. Enjoy.
We got Tim and Chad Chaos now. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Tim, you're up first on this one. Dexter's Lab or cow and chicken?
I want Dexter's Lab to win this just so that the team that beat your whatever Scooby-Doo, whoever, what they, I don't even know what that show
Well,
is.
these beat his two favorites. Dexter's Lab beat Pokemon and cow and chicken beat Scooby-Doo.
Tim has never heard of Scooby-Doo.
Man, okay, yeah, we'll go Dexter's Lab. I don't know. I respect not Scooby-Doo more.
So didn't cow and chicken?
No idea what you just said.
Yeah,
but
Scooby-Doo.
okay.
You're all
Cow
over
and
the place.
chicken. I'm gonna go cow and chicken. It was wildly funny, like unbelievably funny.
It was.
JL, which one are you going with?
I'm going Dexter's Lab because I want Simon to cry.
Okay, fair.
Hey.
J Fuse said, give me some Ed on the last one. Kev says, I do like Foster's though. And then on this one, Swamp says Dexter easy, and Kev says Dex as well. But Jay, it is your vote. Dexter's Lab or cow and chicken?
Cow and chicken, and it's not just because JL voted for Dexter's Lab. I thought it was.
Was it my impassioned speech?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I played myself.
Except you voted for Dexter.
I know.
Josh,
Like I said, it was
Lab or cow
hilarious.
and chicken. You are the deciding vote.
It's Dexter's Laboratory.
No,
I could trust Josh. He's a steady mind throughout his madness.
Thank you. I think that's a compliment.
It might not be a compliment.
I'm not sure.
Such a
either.
stupid Final Four.
Guys, we've got an 8 seed, 4 seed,
You're
3 seed,
stupid,
and
Final
7 seed.
Four.
We've got the Powerpuff Girls, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Ed, and Eddy, and Dexter's Laboratory as the final four for the best Cartoon Network cartoon. The first matchup is the Powerpuff Girls versus the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Josh voted last, which means it is my turn to go first.
Tim's. Oh, last over.
Yeah, Josh voted last. So let's see. Swamp said, "Thank God for Jeff saving the day, coming in and voting for Dex."
Love you, Swamp. Love you, Swamp. Any
Man,
day.
this one's close for me, but I think I have to go Powerpuff Girls. I watched more Powerpuff Girls than I did Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I really liked both of them though. Swamp said Powerpuff Girls beat Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Swamp. Swamp.
Beats
Go back
me,
and watch
Swamp.
this.
Beats
Swamp,
me.
go back and watch
It was
this.
100% on Simon.
Tim, you voted for
Swamp.
Powerpuff Girls too.
No,
Because these 4 buffoons down there. That's why.
Swamp. Listen up. Yeah, I'm glad you weren't here either. You would be disappointed.
JL, Powerpuff Girls or Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Grim Adventures.
Is it because I voted for Powerpuff Girls?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Jay, which one are you going with?
The opposite of JL.
So this is turning just to a vengeful spite fest, but it's still
Yes.
science.
It's like where the opposites going, baby. I love it.
Powerpuff Girls 2-1. Josh, what are you going with? Powerpuff Girls or Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
I want to create the interesting, but the Powerpuff Girls, I haven't voted for them yet, but they would be my choice here. Sorry.
There we go, 3-1. And Tim, what would you go with?
Make it a 4-1.
Powerpuff
What?
Girls with the
All right.
resounding victory over the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy in the semifinals. They are the first participant in our finals. We've got Ed, and Eddy versus Dexter's
Oh,
Lab in the
this
other
classics.
semifinals matchup.
This one.
Classics.
JL, you've got the first vote. Ed, and Eddy versus Dexter's Laboratory. Where are you going?
Ed, and Eddy.
Jay?
I want to vote the opposite of JL, but I like Ed, and Eddy better. So I'm gonna go with Ed, and Eddy because.
Oh, you weak? You so weak?
No, I want to do science right, and that's how you do science right.
Josh, Ed, and Eddy or Dexter's Lab?
It's Ed and Eddy for me.
Tim, it's been decided, but where are you going?
My vote would go to Edna and Eddy, but I'm gonna give Dexter's a pity vote.
A pity
It
vote.
deserves some recognition.
Well,
Yeah.
you did it. I was going to do it if you didn't. It's
Yeah.
Ed and Eddy, but Dexter's Lab deserves to go out with some pride. So 4-1 Ed and Eddy. Dexter's Lab or Ed and Eddy wins. Our finals now is the Powerpuff Girls versus Ed, and Eddy. Jay, you have the first vote in this one, which means JL gets the deciding vote.
I would like to pass the first vote to Jersh so I can vote whatever the opposite of JL votes and make the deciding.
Too bad.
I think that's what should happen right now.
Not the game.
I don't think it's going to end up mattering too much.
Yeah,
but,
God, this is tough.
I know I'm voting for.
This is really, really tough. I gotta go with Ed, and Eddy. I think back, and that show made me laugh just a little more.
Okay. Josh, Ed, and Eddy or the Powerpuff Girls?
It's Ed and Eddy.
What
Tim?
was that?
Ed and Eddy.
Ed and Eddie.
It works. Don't tell anyone.
Gosh, I loved Powerpuff Girls. I think I might have dressed up as a Powerpuff Girl for Halloween one time. So that's where my vote's gonna go. Powerpuff Girls. Chemical X.
I'm just imagining you like at 5, but still with the full beard, dressed up as like
full chest hair.
Which one would you be?
I'm Buttercup.
Oh, I imagined you as Blossom for some reason.
Well, I have to dye my hair then.
I don't know. He looks like a Bubbles to me.
Well, they would really have to dye his hair for Bubbles.
Yeah.
Also, if you just Google Bubbles, just pictures of Bubbles will come up, just so you know. Every day we get to the adventures of my Googling. Yesterday I Googled Big Ben and only Clock showed up. Today I Googled Bubbles and only actual Bubbles showed up. My vote.
Okay.
I love both of these shows, but I watched more Powerpuff Girls. So I'm going to vote for Powerpuff Girls.
JL.
Well, either way,
You're the man. You're the man.
You can't piss off me and Jay. You can only piss off one of us.
He's gonna piss me off.
You can piss off.
Go with your heart.
Which is gonna be?
JL, are you okay?
Swamp says if Ed
What is
wins,
it
it
gonna be?
confirms that FYF is the sexiest. JFuse 2 says
Sex,
Ed better win.
success.
Sex.
That means we're
Sex.
the
Yeah, I wasn't
the most
sure
sex-
if
You
you was
almost got
going
it, Simon.
with we were sexist or we're sexy, so I'm not sure.
we have the most sex.
Swamp says side note. Also, Big Ben got another year and Washington released Alex Smith.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
Saw that yesterday. Give me Ed and Eddie, baby. Bye-bye.
Let's go, JL. You got a good decision to end it.
I
Thank
didn't
God.
do it for you.
That's fair.
You shut your mouth, you stupid
Yes, you
jabroni.
did. You did it for me.
I did it for neither of you. I did
love
it for
you,
Ed and
JL.
Eddie,
No,
the
you
people
did it
who
for
matter
me.
most.
You
I
know
did
what?
it for
Pretty
Pokemon.
tumult-
I did it for Scooby-Doo. All my fallen brothers in both of those shows.
It was a pretty tumultuous bracket. We had a lot of upsets in there, but one of the behemoths came out on top. Ed, and Eddie was determined through science to be the best Cartoon Network cartoon. You know, it's not my favorite or my second favorite, but I'm fine with it. I'm leaving.
Star
this
Wars should have won.
totally okay. Powerpuff Girls probably should have
The
won.
funny thing is, I don't think Ed and Eddie's anyone's like favorite or second favorite here.
Good. I'm glad.
Not even close.
So yeah, that's but that we agreed that they were good enough to get there.
Swamp says I'm down with Ed winning.
Yeah, me too. I'm down. With
You
that.
don't have to be
What
the- you
about
don't have to
Ed?
be the best team.
What about Ed and Eddie?
He would have put Star Wars and Courage in further. He doesn't fuck with Double D and Eddie.
Star Wars and Courage are probably my top two, along with Scooby Doo.
I never liked Courage.
Okay, guys. Through science, we determined that the running back who was an RB3 or worse next year, that's most likely to be an RB1 next year, is Cam Akers. And the best Cartoon Network cartoon is Ed, and Eddie. These are indisputable results. We did science. You can't argue with it. I'll post these brackets on Twitter today, and you guys can fight with us on there about it if you want. Let us know what you think about how it should have played out.
Star Wars should have won, but
We'll see. Maybe I'll have to start watching some Star Wars. You know, my girlfriend's leaving town Saturday morning, so maybe Saturday will be a Star Wars: The Clone Wars like marathon. We'll see.
Good luck. It's long.
It's long.
It's
Well,
also
I'm not.
very good.
that's what she
I'll
said.
watch it on 2x speed. It's long and very good. Tyler says it's fine. Ed is so overrated, but he likes Double D and Eddie. He just hates Ed. Ed
Yeah,
is
yeah,
overrated.
I mean,
I
that's,
agree.
don't we
fair.
all? Yeah,
It
that's
should be
like,
called Ed, and Eddie, not Ed, and Eddie.
Right.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure.
For
Ed,
sure.
And yep, she agrees.
She agrees. Okay, guys. If you guys enjoyed watching this, you guys can find us on YouTube and Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy. Follow us both over there. You can find us individually on Twitter at the names listed under us. FYF John Luke for JL. Jay, you can find him at GmanJ, Josh at FYF Josh, and Simon at FYF Simon. And Tim, has your first tweet come out yet?
No.
Okay, you guys got to go follow him. We're waiting for that first tweet. He is at the right Tim. He is
It's gonna be fun.
We're just waiting.
Anticipation.
Hey
The
Josh, I have a
anticipation's
question
still
for you.
Hit me.
What do you think makes fantasy fun?
There's a lot of things that make fantasy fun. It's the camaraderie, to be able to talk with your teammates, but most importantly, trading.
Thanks.
Your
I like
teammates. Who are your
Makes
teammates? in
fantasy fun. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sure that hurt your ears. I don't care.
It was
But
worth
trade.
it. Thank you.
Doesn't care.
Okay, guys. Anything else on this Fun Friday before we sign off for the
This
weekend?
Run Friday. Yeah,
Fun Friday.
I'm still mad. Star Wars should have won. It's
Hey
starting-
Jay, should Star Wars have one?
hey,
Nah.
JL, have you got to watch WandaVision yet?
No, later tonight.
Well, enjoy Wolverine.
I will.
Spoil it for everyone. It's
Big
getting
Hugh
spicy.
Jackson fan. Big Hugh Jackson fan.
Who, Jay is?
No, I am.
Oh, you
I'm
are? Is Hugh
excited,
Jackson
yeah.
showing up? Oh,
Hugh Jackson Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman?
you mean
No, Hugh Jackson. No, Hugh Jackson. Oh, and
That's what he's doing
16.
now?
Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, Hugh,
Yeah, same
Hugh
person.
Jackson, the Wolverine, as we all know.
This is the greatest coach.
Swamp says that reminds me. I adopted a dynasty team. Dude, throw it in the Discord. Let us see the team you
An
adopted.
orphan. You got an orphan. Oh.
We want to see it. We can give you some. Let you know what we think.
Adoption.
Z2 says, Jay, I'm gonna hit you with an edit like I did the rest of the FYF boys. Jay, you're in the Discord, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, then Z2 will throw it in there.
Fantastic.
My friends group had a
Appreciate
person
that.
leave, and I was invited. Yeah, throw that
Nice.
team in the Discord so we can see it. And anybody else who wants to join our Discord, we can throw the link in the chat right now, and you guys can join us. JL, can you throw that in there?
I don't take orders from you.
I'm just asking. Is it?
But I
it's a
would.
request,
It was
not an
it was-
order.
Yeah, you don't have to be so bitter.
But JL's throwing that in there. If you guys want to
Ruined my
join us,
day.
if you guys want to join us in the Discord, you can listen to JL complain about all of us a little bit more, and then we also do answer fantasy questions, talk about random things in there. It's fun times in the Discord. So join it.
Does this still count as my total time? Like, I'm not a guest anymore. Like, it's my third time.
We didn't
You're not a
introduce you
You're
as a
fully
guest.
fired after this.
You're
You're
like
part of
this
you're part of the Front Yard Fantasy team now, Jay. You are no longer a special guest.
I won't add it up then.
But if you want to let other people know where else they can find you besides Front Yard Fantasy, where else can people find your work?
All over the place. Going for two. Got a podcast with Dan, who's been in the chat. Pod with Upside. It's every other Thursday. Next week we have Jake Seeley on with us, going over the NFC East.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
Name
Jake's
drop.
one of my favorites. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to have him on. He's one of my favorites, so I'm really excited to have him on.
That's awesome. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Check everywhere else out on my Twitter page. Just give me a follow.
Tyler says, congrats, Jay, on that again.
Thank you.
No, that is awesome. That's going to be so cool. Jake Seeley is one of my favorites. When I met him at FSGA, I like complimented his t-shirt. He was wearing some funny graphic tee. Like there was lots of people like dressed up in like collared shirts, and Jay's walking around in like this sick graphic tee. I forget exactly what was on. I complimented
Probably
on
something with Darkwing Duck or something along those lines.
It took two things and mixed them together or something.
Yep.
It was like two references put together.
So it was super cool. And he was like, he was so excited. Someone commented on his shirt and just kept going about it. And then we had like a conversation about like coat hangers. Like he's like, I got all these special shirts. I got to get these special coat hangers.
We got on
to
Amazon
love on.
in that minute. We
in
got
the
on
middle-
Amazon. He
yeah,
was
in the
Well,
scrolling
now
through.
I want to find out what I'm gonna have to ask him. What do you
I'm gonna
guys
see if I can
remember?
look it up.
I
But
totally forgot about that.
it was one of my favorite conversations from the whole time because it was just about freaking coat hangers amongst all this like networking that was going on. Z2 says, even in brackets, it's always Josh for the W. Brady says, starting a new
Gander.
Superflex
200 IQ right there.
Brady says, starting a new Superflex IDP Dynasty League. Got half the spots left. Link is in Discord. Would love anyone here to join, especially my fellow Clemson boys. We'll take a look at it. I am no IDP expert. I am so bad at IDP.
Even
We'll
though
look
it won
at
you a
it, yeah.
championship.
Even though it did, the one IDP league we're in, it is like a pseudo IDP league, though. It's not full IDP.
So
it's
many
just
leagues.
it's basically like kickers thrown in there. Okay, guys, unless you have anything else, that's going to be it for us today. Friday, March 5th, 2021. We will be back on Monday, March 8th, 2021. And on Monday, Detroit BC, Chris Robin himself will be joining us for Mock Draft Monday. So make sure you guys don't miss that. And then on Tuesday, we've got Rick Butts from Roto Heat joining us as well. So you guys don't want to miss either of those two shows.
And
That's
maybe
it.
some
Don't
more.
do it. Don't
I
miss
know I'm
anything
not
else.
missing the butts, man.
You will not miss the butts. Okay, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you Monday.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.